Do you really need to contact professors in South Korea for the Global Korea Scholarship Program, especially for graduates and master's PhD students? Not really. You're not required to do so. And even in the guidelines, they don't really indicate that you have to contact a professor in order for you to apply for the Global Korea Scholarship Program. But there's a big but. There's a big but there, especially for those who will be applying for the master's or PhD, especially PhD would require laboratory, thesis, or research. Because in South Korea, they have a very specific structure for master's PhD, wherein there's a laboratory within the university, and the professor is the head of the laboratory, steering the direction for the research. And what's very important to note is that if there are slots available, then you can apply. But if there are no slots available, the likelihood for you to be able to apply is close to zero. That's why it's important for you to email the professor. And that's the why you should contact the professor and ask if they have specific slots. Another why is to know if the professor is interested with the topic you want to do. For example, you want to do biomedical research on heart, but the professor you're trying to email is for the brain. There's a mismatch in the direction of where you're going. Therefore, the likelihood of the professor accepting you in the laboratory is zero. So that's the why. And now let's go to the how. It's quite simple. It's just simple as if you're making an email to your boss, to your friend, or to your colleague. The most important thing is you have to have these key ingredients. Number one, your name. You should be able to introduce yourself. Number two, the reason why you're sending the email. You want to introduce yourself, you want to introduce the topic you're interested into, and you want to know and confirm if the professor is interested or open for additional students to enter the laboratory. Those things are very important because, again, we're trying to avoid you getting the scholarship, but there'll be no professor to accept you. Because even if you got the scholarship, if NIAD thinks that you will not be able to proceed because you don't have a professor, they might remove you from the list. That's one thing. Second, if you think that the professor is not aligned with what you want to do, or there's a mismatch in the culture and how the attitude and such, this is the perfect time for you to assess that. Because again, there are students who, despite having or passing the scholarship and proceeding with the graduates and PhD study, failed to graduate. Because again, the professors are not aligned with what they have, what they want, and there's a mismatch in the attitude. Therefore, the students opted to discontinue the scholarship and just go back home. Those things happen, and I don't want you to experience those. That's why I want to make sure that you know how to contact the professor by emailing them or by connecting to them using social media or LinkedIn. That's the most important thing. So simple again, introduce yourself, your area of expertise, support these information with your work experience or with, if you have publications, if you have theses, if you have published something, journal research and such, to support your claim that you're very much interested in this topic. And then lastly, make sure to confirm if they are interested for the Global Career Scholarship Program or if they are open for the GKS. Again, it's a bit early, but again, starting early gives you an advantage. So I hope you take these things into consideration. If you need more guidance, I have a paid subscription program available in my profile. If you click my profile, you'll be able to find their subscription. You have to click that and then check specific subscription program that you want to avail into. With such program, you'll be able to avail one-on-one guide. I will be assessing or probably checking your profile and probably provide recommendations how to strategize, which university, and review your essays, the most important aspect of the application, personal statement and study plan.